morning, everybody. This should be really good fun. I can't believe I've never done a video with one of these. I don't know how that happened, but this is Lee, and thank you for joining us with your Porsche 997 Turbo. It's a 997-1,
yeah,
correct?
2007.
Okay, when these things came out, oh my God. These were like, it was like game over when these things came out. Torque. So much torque.
Yeah.
So it's a 3.6.
Yeah.
Twin turbo.
Mm-hmm.
Have you modified it at all?
There's a Speedtech exhaust on it that was put on by the previous owner, and then it has the TPC DSC.
Oh, it does.
Yeah. We
did the videos with TPC DSC at Summit Point, and it turns your passive suspension into an active suspension, which is very, very cool. It has the G patch, right?
Yeah, it's got the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then the best thing is when you get on the brakes, the front end stiffens up,
right.
and like it changed the whole car.
Right. So Porsche's suspension system is a passive system. It responds to road conditions, right? And if you press the button, it makes it stiffer, but still responds to road conditions. The DSC hack has a G meter in it that knows when you are accelerating, braking, or turning, and it stiffens or softens the shocks according to the algorithm sent to it by the driver, not the road, which is a very interesting bit of hardware.
Yeah.
And in these Porsches,
Makes a big difference.
I have a feeling this is going to be excellent.
Yeah.
So let's go for a cruise. Another interesting thing is this is my first. I spent 2 weeks with 991-2s, and I'm just at the point where they no longer feel huge.
Yeah.
Getting back in this
feels a lot smaller.
Oh, it's small. And you know what? The new ones aren't bothering me so much. The size of them, I'm getting used to it.
Yeah.
But this is the right size.
Yeah. I drove a couple of the new ones at the Porsche driving center thing, and they're really nice cars.
They're so fast.
But this thing just feels right to me. You know what I mean? Like it just does.
Just in terms of the size, the view, I totally get it.
And it pulls hard. I mean, all the way to 6,600. So this is mainly a third gear, affair for. I mean, some of this it'll run out of gear, at some point. But third gear
I'm
pulls
just trying
hard.
to get a feel for it real quick.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But what's amazing to me is I had a Sharkworks Cayman.
Oh really?
Before I had this car, the full RS350 package with all everything that Alex could throw at the Cayman basically, and this is just a whole nother level of torque and power, and I had to readjust my braking and everything else because the Cayman was a momentum car.
Right.
This is not a momentum car.
No, this is a get out of the corner and at an insane speed car like this. 4,000. 5,000. Oh yeah, there's the torque. Yep. Oh, and you got a little blow-off noise with it too.
It makes a nice noise with the exhaust.
Yeah. What did you say the exhaust was?
It's a Speedtech. It's a 3-inch exhaust all the way back, so it makes a nice noise.
Sounds good. These cars they're pretty good value right now. This one is low-ish miles, 43,000.
Yeah, and I've driven it a bunch. I bought it at mid-30s in November, and I've just been driving the crap out of it. I love it.
Shifter's so light, and the flywheel is so light. It revs up on the blips super fast. Oh man, this is good. This is good. People talk about the 996 turbos and how cheap they are now, but I really think you get a lot more for your money spending a little more on one of these up front.
And it's a lot nicer interior too, which some people don't care about, but I live in this car most of the time, and I drive it back and forth to Vegas and all the time, and it's so comfortable to live in.
If there's anything the Porsche Cayenne has taught us, is that the interior is more important than the exterior. There's some boost. 5, 6, 7. Oh, that is red line. 68.
66, 67, 68, somewhere right in there.
I with my glasses on, had a hard time seeing that the dots turn red there. My bad.
That's all right. That's what it's for, man. I drive the crap out of it. So.
All right, I'm going to tell you something though that you're not going to like.
Okay.
The new Carrera S that I had feels faster than this.
It might be.
It might. I think it is.
It might be
420 out of the box. Yeah, but
come right up here all the time, and like, it's, you know, it's a perfect car for
I
this.
live in Venice, and I have a problem with traffic, and I'm constantly tempted to buy some shack at the bottom of Angeles Crest, weekend home.
This road up here is amazing to have in your backyard.
Yeah.
Like, the other day I went to Vegas, I drove all the way across Angeles Crest, 62 miles. Like,
Good idea.
Popped it out into Victorville and off we went.
Yeah,
You know what I
good
mean?
idea, for sure. Is this your daily driver, this car?
I have 2 cars, but I work from home, so I drive this most days, and I don't have to fight the traffic, so...
These cars, they like ask almost nothing of you in return.
And they're so easy to drive.
They're easy.
Like, it's just... Yeah, it's really fun. And it's nice enough, like, you can take your girl to a dinner, and it looks nice, and it's not like, you know...
What are you trying to say about my Mustang? Just kidding.
I like your Focus, though.
Yeah. Yeah,
the RS is nice.
It is cool. Look at this. This is nice. These cars are so fluid.
Everyone, I've had a couple of people drive it who are like kind of afraid to drive it, and then they get in it and they're like, oh, this isn't hard to drive.
No, it's not hard to drive at all. There was a kid back when I was in New York, there was a kid who used to come to my car wash whose mom had one of these. He was like 17 and she let him drive it. And he managed to not crash it, amazingly enough.
Yeah, that is pretty amazing because
the power is so good.
Yeah. It's so much more power than the Cayman. It was ridiculous. I didn't know what to expect because I had never really driven one of these that was set up correctly, and
no, there's nothing bad about a Cayman. Caymans are beautiful, beautiful cars. But especially up here, this is about what, 4,200 feet maybe?
Yeah.
4,000 feet-ish?
it still pulls hard.
Oh yeah, when you're up here in a naturally aspirated car compared to a turbo car, garbage truck.
What are you doing?
Whose garbage are they even picking up here?
Wow.
All right, well we'll flip around. God, this thing is great, and it's like it's 91 degrees outside right now. The air conditioning is cranking all nice.
Oh, yeah.
You have the stock clutch in this, right?
Yeah, everything's basically a stock car. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, these things can make way more power, but like,
Oh, dude, I've seen some of these from like Schweitzer, like 900 horse.
yeah.
Is this a good turnaround spot? Yeah, I got a wide shoulder here. Do these hit four-wheel steering?
Nope,
No, they didn't.
not
Right?
yet.
Let's see this. But still, it's such a small car that it's not really much of a problem. You should have seen. We just had. I don't want to say where and why, but I was sorry about that.
Sorry.
We were in the presence of a 911R, which has the four-wheel steering.
Yeah.
Dude, you wouldn't believe the turning radius. It was
Just
crazy.
turns around in a circle.
I was like going around in a circle like this. I was like, oh my god! With the four-wheel steering, it's ridiculous.
That's super cool. Yeah, the 911R is gonna be people are gonna want it forever.
Yeah, until next year when the regular GT3 comes out with a stick for half the money. You didn't hear that from me.
Yeah.
It's just speculation at this point. Wink, wink.
Yep.
Wow, this one, an aftermarket exhaust makes all the difference here, because without it, you just hear that air moving. These cars just like, it's like, nuclear vacuum cleaner kind of stuff.
It really does sound like a Dyson, right? It's pretty ridiculous.
I have a Dyson. It does sound, but with the exhaust, you get more from there. Whereas like the new turbo Carreras, I think it's because they don't have the side vents that you don't hear that induction noise. You just get engine and then a little bit. These are, and even the new turbos are just all about how much air can we possibly shove through this thing.
And it'll suck down a lot of air and fuel too if you let it. Like, it just keeps eating it. I've been so impressed with this car so far, and it's great too when you put the windows down, you get all the turbo noise and the blow off, and you won't hear it today in the video, but like, I love just cruising the windows open and listen to it pop and crackle and
you hear
buzz
it in the drive-bys from the
Yeah.
outside.
Cool.
Wow, it's so fast. These are amazing. The fact that you can buy something like this,
Well,
and
for
it's
less
gonna
than half of MSRP they are now. You know what I
less
mean?
than half.
Yeah, less than half. It's like, it's so much car.
And I don't think the 7s are ever going to go as cheap as the 6s, unless you're talking about like a really beat car.
I don't know. Not the ones with the manual, anyway.
That's
right?
true. I guess. Oh yeah, that's what's bringing down the values. The Tiptronics.
Yeah, the Tiptronics are.
Those suck.
Yeah, they do.
driven a PDK car though?
Not a turbo car, only a
Turbo
regular.
PDK is an insanely fast car.
Oh yeah, I mean it must be, but like
it's a lot. It really does feel a lot faster than the manual cars, just because it's going through those gears is so effortless. I'd still have a manual.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
I mean,
and unless you're really going for a lap time, it doesn't matter. Although with LA's traffic, I'm not gonna hate on anyone for buying a PDK.
No, me neither. If I had to commute every day, I'd probably do the same thing, but I don't. You know, like
look at this thing fucking go.
Oh, it goes.
Jesus.
And it
God,
keeps
it
pulling.
sounds so good on the downshifts too.
It pulls all the way up and through 5th gear. Like it'll just keep pulling.
Oh yeah, is this a 200 mile an hour car? I don't know if it's quite there,
I think
but
maybe like 197.
I think it's gear limited to 197,
I think
right?
it probably is. Because I've had it up into 5th gear out in the desert, and like it just keeps going, and like I had to give up because I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
that's all I can do. Like
That's the best use for Nevada, isn't it?
yeah, it really is.
It's just I'm not even really into it. I'm not using more than really especially with the brakes. I've definitely gone full throttle a bunch, but
Yeah.
but
It's nice if you go full throttle, it'll give you all the boost it has, which is nice because like
Yeah.
the boost is kind of progressive, but then if you just womp on the throttle, like it'll just give you whatever you can get.
Oh, and I forgot this car has the DSC too. My brain went somewhere else and I completely forgot about it.
Well,
It's seamless.
welcome to a great mod, right?
Yeah, and you know, it's a subtle mod, honestly, unless you're measuring by the clock. Like, if you know it's there, you can go, oh yeah, I can feel it kind of resisting dive there.
Yep.
But if you're not thinking about it, it's just, it's a seamless thing. I mean, there's not a lot more pleasurable experiences out there than a big power Porsche on a road like this.
Well, it has the feel. It still has the hydraulic steering,
Yeah.
and you can still feel the wiggle in the steering wheel. And yeah, I don't know. I love it.
They have a wonderful character, these cars, and they're modern enough that you can just drive one all the time and it doesn't matter. It's not like, you know, like an 88 G-body car is going to feel nice and solid too, but it doesn't mean you'd want a daily one.
Right. The only thing I really had to do was change the stereo because I was just like, you just couldn't stream your music and your, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was just, it needed to be done. So after I did that, it feels like a totally modern car. I tell people the car's 10 years old, they don't believe me.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Well, because this leather and stuff and your amazing burl wood hold up really well.
Yeah.
I will say this, I mean, granted, this is a 10-year-old, almost, you know, 43,000 mile car. Compared to the brand new ones I drive,
Yeah.
the new ones are just a little more tight.
Oh, I'm sure.
Which, you know, if I could find one of these with 0 miles on it, maybe
Good luck.
maybe that would be different. But there's just a little extra tightness to the new one that this one doesn't have.
Well,
But it's so fast.
the other side of this coin is like this car is not a race car,
No.
right? This is a GT car that they designed to be relatively soft.
Yeah.
And it's still soft. You
Yeah.
know, like you could put coilovers in this car if you wanted to.
Yeah.
And it would change the thing, but I didn't want that.
No, it's excellent, and it's an amazing value for money.
Yeah.
And I think you've done very well here, Lee.
Oh, thank you, man.
Thank you very much, man. Thanks for bringing it out. This was great fun, and now we can say we've done one. And thank you, of course, for watching. This was good. See you guys tomorrow.
Thank you.